Yeah, this is where the magic happens next Sunday. Are you excited about that match?
Yeah, of course. You're always excited to play games. That's what you train for. So it will be a fun game. Yeah.
We talked about your startup at this club a lot of times before, but since then you play a lot of games in a row. Are you getting exhausted because you had a long run in Sweden as well before you came here?
Uh, no, I wouldn't say exhausted. Of course not. Of course, it's been a long season. We started in January back in Sweden, but like we have been very good of like adjusting the training so I can stay fit, and sometimes I do a little bit less and sometimes I do a little bit more just to like prepare for a long season. So it's no problem.
Would it be more practical if the competitions in Scandinavia would have like the same schedule as over here, or is it really impossible to do that?
Maybe it's impossible since it's like pretty bad weather in the winter, or bad. It's pretty cold and snow most of the time. So then the pitches won't be very good. But of course it would be like the best that could happen if you play like the same schedule all over Europe. But it doesn't matter like so much for me, I would say.
Is it sometimes hard for a player like yourself to take care of yourself? Because you, of course, you want to play everything. You want to give 100% every day. But sometimes that's not the most smart thing to do.
No, it's not, and sometimes you have to. Of course, you always want to like go 100% and go full and like show that you like here to really train and play. But sometimes you have to like take a step back and like realize that your body maybe needs a little bit of rest also. And I would say like when you're professional, that's a part of the job to like get to know your body and listen to your body and like know when it needs rest and when it needs more training.
Is your brother really looking up to you since he's also becoming a member of this club?
What you say now?
We know your brother is also trying to be a member of this club. Is it, how important is that bond for you?
Of course, I like my brother. He's my brother and a good friend of mine. Of course, since I spend a lot of time with him. And, of course, I wouldn't like have anything against if he come here, but that's nothing I know about now. And
But is he like getting extra advice from you since you are on the breakthrough, or you had your breakthrough at this club already?
no, I wouldn't say so. He knows what he has to do and what he's good at and what he needs to improve, and we don't talk about that kind of stuff that much, I would say. He knows his part.
But it is quite special, isn't it? That two brothers abroad trying to make it at the same club.
Maybe.
You see it a lot in your own competition, like in the Netherlands. We see it a lot of times, but both going to another nation at the same time.
Yeah, maybe it's special. I don't know. I don't think about it in like that way. Of course, like I said, he's my brother, and I like to spend time with him. So I wouldn't matter at all.
Is he coming to the stadium a lot when you play your home games?
No, he's been here one time. He was here last home game against Twente, and now they have vacation in Sweden, so he's out traveling now.
And yeah, Heracles normally was a team that was a bit at the bottom of the league. Now suddenly they're one of the top players in this league. Does that affect the way you and your team approach this opponent?
No, I wouldn't say. Of course, we look at the opponent and we see what their strengths and weaknesses are, and we try to adapt a little bit. But also we have like our own play style. We know what we are good at, and of course you can adapt a little bit. But in like the core of our play style is ourselves, and we decide like how we should play. And I think that like when we play at home and against most opponents, we can like go out and try to control the game, since I think we are a very strong team, and I think we can do that Sunday also, even though it will be a tough game, of course.
Finally, we in the Netherlands describe you as a typical number 10 player, even though you don't wear the jersey with that number. Is the way they look in Sweden at that position the same way they look at it and talk about it as in the Netherlands?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah. It's pretty similar. Then of course, like, not all of the trainers or like people who watch football has the same opinion about the number 10, even though you live in the same country. So it's always a little bit difference from people to people, but like if you see it in the big picture, then I would say it's pretty similar. Yeah.
And how do you look at that position and the way you try to fill it in?
No, but it's a special position. Usually you have to like look around you a lot and see where the spaces are, since like the opponent is they like to protect that space a lot, since it's a very dangerous area for them, if you say so. And then it's a little bit hard to get the ball, and you have to try to be smart and try to find your spaces.